Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table where today I'm walking you through making some mixed media tags for a mini swap on Ginger's Corner Facebook group. If you haven't been there yet, you might want to visit and start in and join in a swap. So I have some watercolor paper and a few colors of Distress Oxides, and I'm just putting those down. This is antique linen followed by fossilized amber. And I do have another set of tags that I created for this swap. I did two sets. The second set I don't have footage for other than 12 seconds because I messed up. But I do show them to you at the end, and I'll just give you an idea of how I created them. Actually, I hated them in the middle and they almost all went in the trash, the other four. But one night in the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep, so I got up and started just playing with them and decided, it can't get any worse because I already hate them, so let's just see if I can get to a place where I like them. And I did. So here I am just adding some clear embossing powder, which right there I have my white embossing powder out. I also got out my little embossing buddy, but I forgot to use it. So I used my heat tool to dry the oxide ink, and then this is just Versamark and a French script stamp. I'm not sure what company that's from. And I'm just doing it by hand because I'm not after perfect coverage here. I don't mind if there are places where it does not stamp because that's just kind of the nature of what I'm creating. I'm not great at mixed media, but I do enjoy the aspect of it that things are not supposed to be perfect. And so, oops, white embossing powder, I want clear. So here we go. And I make a big mess, but through the magic of television, it's cleaned up very quickly. There we go. And I just flick some of the extra off. And there it's all cleaned up. So now I use my heat tool to melt the embossing powder. I don't have you watch that. This isn't the greatest heat tool and it did take quite a while. I don't need the heat tool very often, so I just put up with it. It's fine. Now I'm going to go in with two more colors. I have Spiced Marmalade and Ripe Persimmon. And I do the same thing that I did with the antique linen and the fossilized amber. I love this Ripe Persimmon color. It's so pretty. And I thought about using those close to my heart stamps that are there on the left, but I ended up not using them. They are pretty textures, but there was enough going on here. I didn't need more. Yeah, no, I put them away. So here I have a leafy stencil. I'm sorry, I don't know who made it. I don't have packaging from it. Or I never did have packaging. I might have bought it at a yard sale. I'm not sure. And I'm using Festive Berries, and I think sometimes I dip my brush in Ripe Persimmon also, just to create a leafy background. Because, funny story, first I'm using Elizabeth Craft Designs dies to cut these into tags. I had it in my brain that these were supposed to be fall themed, so that's how I made them. Here I'm showing you that I stamped some silhouettes of floral images, leafy images on there. And now I am going to add some brown ink around the edges. Anyway, I thought these were supposed to be fall themed mixed media tags. So that's what I created. And then when I went to get them ready for mail last night, I got reading the prompt again and looking at the image that we had with the thumbnail on it, and I'm like, there is no way, nowhere that it says fall. I have no idea how I got that in my brain, but they're fall themed. So now I have my box where I add sprays and splatters. I'm going to use this Twisted Citron. I'm trying to show you the shine that gives things there on my sample piece. It doesn't show up well here, but you'll see it in the still shots. Then I pull out my penny in your pocket, and my spray nozzle for that has never worked since day one, so I just use it for splatter. And here is what they look like. Now I'm going to add a little bit of some die cuts from Fancy Pants, the Memory Lane collection. I put a label on each one, and then a few of these little stickers. They're not paper stickers, but they're not puffy stickers either. They're kind of in the middle. I am 99% sure they are flat enough for the mini swap. Mini swaps are supposed to be flat. Flat is the name of the game for mini swaps. And so one gets a bird, some get houses. I add a mushroom or two. Not that mushrooms have anything to do with it, but I'm trying to use up the mushrooms, so why not? Then I have this copper thread that I put through each one. And I don't tie a knot, and I think it will be flat enough. If it's not, the coordinator who's sending out the swaps can just toss the copper cord. It's fine. So about the other set that I did, I started out with the same size piece of paper, and I got out some texture paste, and I tinted it with about 4 different colors of Distress Oxides and put it through a larger leaf stencil that I bought recently from Sandy Reversky's shop. And then I added some more inks after that dried and splatters, and I was not liking it. In fact, I was hating it. But I got up in the middle of the night and couldn't sleep, so I just thought, well, let's see what happens, because if worst comes to worst, it's going in the garbage at this point anyway. And here they are. These are the ones you just watched. They're so pretty. I'm so happy with them. Anyway, I did the embossing or the texture paste, and I added some watercolors and embossing powders and stamping. And the ones on the right, I put some black soot around the edges, and I had these butterfly die cuts that I cut in half. They're real large. I painted them with metallics and decoupaged those on top. So in the end, I was happy with how it turned out. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you liked this video. Have a good day. Bye.